What's good, my peoples? It's your main man, Solace. I want to reveal something. There's been a secret that has been kept from men for I don't know how long. But I want to reveal to y'all that secret and the reason why it was kept and the reason why it has continued even into this day and time to be kept. Now, there's a reason why the spirit in God and all of these things has always been told in the sense of invisible. And that is to keep people in the dark. Now, I bring the information to the people explaining that the sperm is the spirit for a reason. Now, this information has been stripped from man because when a man dies, there is certain things he must do to ascend in life. And if you can make a man forget that he had two prior lives to this third dimensional life, and you can make him forget that the sperm is the spirit, then he won't know what to do when he dies. And he won't be able to ascend. He will just return back to the all and eventually be pushed back out to become a cell in a man like he was in his first life, which is truly the first dimension. So now let me break down the purpose of the secret and why the sperm is the spirit has been kept from men. Now, in your first life, which was the first dimension, you was a cell in your father's body. You saw in 1D. Your second life was in the womb of a woman. This was your second world inside this woman. You saw in 2D. This was a two-dimensional world. You came out that woman. This was the third dimensional world. You see in 3D. Now, when you die, the process repeats itself, but as opposed to going into the fourth dimension and seeing in 4D, meaning you was a cell in your father's body. First dimension. When you died, your spirit returned to his spirit, and it was prepared with the other spirits to be pushed out as sperm cells to catch the egg and get the body. Now, a bunch of sperm cells are pushed out and they hunt for the egg and they fight for the egg. And one sperm cell gets the egg and the rest return back to the mighty all to eventually be pushed out and start the process over. Now, this is where it's important because when a man dies in the third dimensional world, this same process repeats itself. His spirit returns back to the sun, which is the spirit of the being that we're in. Then that being pushes the spirits out in semen on a star's level, which would be like nebula. Now, the spirits of men who understand the sperm is the spirit and understand the history that I've been bringing to y'all will know what to do upon his death. Because you still have all the data that you had from all your prior lives, whether you remember or not. Now, the man who dies and knows that he must penetrate the egg or the new body so that he can ascend to become a star and keep ascending in life and acquiring knowledge. He will have helpers and fighters on his side to help him get to this egg or ovum. And this is the same thing that happens in the beginning in a woman's body. And it's the same process when you're ascending from the fourth dimension to the fifth dimension. to become a star or a baby star. And then you'll grow until you become an adult star, and then supernova, which is the death of a star. So we have to understand, this life is not the end of the life. You had a life prior to this, and you had a life prior to that. You know that's not a lie, because you know the sperm cell entered the egg. This is how you came about. So now you know that sperm cell was you, or you wouldn't be here. So if you understand that, then you understand the sperm cell had a life before you was here, because it consciously went to the egg. It had other sperm cells fighting for it so it couldn't get to the egg. So this lets you know that you had a conscious life before this one, if you don't believe me or can't follow. Now you know, because you can't deny that. And if you understand that, then you understand that you came from somewhere, that sperm cell, and that sperm cell came from a man, which was your father, meaning you was a cell at one point in time in his body, living your life before you died and was pushed out in the semen to get the egg. So, why was the sperm as the spirit kept from men? So that a man and his descendants, or his bloodline, or his family can assure that they will always have a place in the ascent in life. Meaning, if the world doesn't know that the sperm is the spirit and they must acquire themselves an egg when they die and are pushed out in semen again, then how will men ascend? They won't know what to do upon death when they're pushed out. And that will assure that this family or bloodline will always get the body and ascend, no matter when. See, you have to get to a level to understand. If only me, my children, my grandmother, my whole family line, if only we know this truth, we're all guaranteed to get the egg when we die. Others won't. Some may figure it out on their own, whatever. But we're assured that we're going to get the egg, because when we die, we know what to do. Now, if you have a half a brain, you can understand what the Egyptians was doing with the mummification and everything pointing to the sun. They were assuring themselves an ascent in the life and make sure that they get an egg. Others may not have known, but that's their problem. And this is a secret that has been kept for men. For how long, I don't know. But one thing I do know is that it has been being destroyed for life. See, we see those ancient structures, and they all tell the story that the sperm is the spirit and what you must do to ascend in life. All the ancient structures tell you this. And this is why they're being destroyed as we speak, because this secret must be kept. Why? Because if everyone in the world knows what to do upon death, then no one's assured to get the egg. Anyone has a chance. It's up for grabs. And that's not good if you are only yours want to ascend. So it's a rather beautiful thing. Now, you can't look at it in a sense of, oh, if I don't get the egg, then I'm dead. You will return back to the mighty all, your spirit, the primordial soup from the beginning, and you will eventually be pushed back out and become a cell in a man's body, then a sperm cell inside of an egg, then a man, then you will die again, and hopefully you will acquire this knowledge that I'm bringing about the sperm as the spirit, and then you will ascend past being a man eventually. A lot of people don't. Most people don't, because only one can get the egg. We have to truly understand this. Now, on the next level, maybe more than one can get an egg. But we have to understand, everyone dies in their own time. Everyone's pushed out in their own time. So you don't know who you're going to be pushed out with. All you need to know is that you need to know what to do. So this is what a man must know for death. And this is what has been stripped from men. So I thought it was very important that I hurry up and get this out, because this is the most true thing, that this is the whole point of my whole message. But it's not going to fully be grasped because everyone doesn't fully understand that the sperm is the spirit, and how deep and how far back it goes, and how it's so much about this y'all don't understand. But y'all are still stuck on prior things that you were taught. And these are the things that's blocking you from acquiring what you must know, what the ancients knew, so that you can ascend in life. You've always heard that. You've always heard, oh, there's many heavens, or ascending in life, or the angels is. You have to grasp what is being kept from you. It's a deep thing. There's no trickery here. This is why everything I explain it simple, so that you can grasp it. Because at the end of the day, there can be no excuses of, oh, I didn't know this or I didn't know that. As long as the word is heard and the truth is heard, then it's on you to grasp what you grasp out of it, and understand what you understand out of it. But at the end of the day, we must understand what we must do upon death. We must understand that this is the third dimension. There is no other third dimension. This is the third dimension you see in 3D. When you lived a life prior to this was in the woman's womb. Her body was your world. You seen in 2D, that was your two-dimensional world. The world before that was in your father's body as a cell, microorganism. You seen in 1D, that was your one-dimensional reality, your one-dimensional world. We must understand this. A woman's body is more complex than a man's. This makes the world of a woman's body a different dimension, because bodies are worlds on the inside to the cells that live within these bodies. And the organs within these bodies is what we call planets. So we must understand this and get to a true level so that men do not become laws. Now, is there other life out there? Yes, and it's on a third dimensional plane. Whatever plane it's in, it's in. You will be able to see other third dimensional beings that have ascended to the third dimension. You won't be able to see any other being that is not in the third dimension, meaning have ascended in life. This is not no trickery or no foolery or confusery. You cannot see the sperm cell because it's too small. It is in a two-dimensional reality. You cannot see a cell in a man's body because it's even smaller. It is in a one-dimensional reality. You cannot see a being in a fourth dimension because it is on a bigger scale. You cannot see that. Just like a cell in your body cannot see you. It can only see your innards. It is too small to see anything else. The innards of your body look like the universe to it. So we must grasp this and understand. I hope someone out here has grasped what I said and see the truth in it, and pull and gravitate towards me so you can grasp this knowledge, so that you can ascend and keep acquiring knowledge. And when I say ascend, I'm talking about upon your death. You have all this time now that you live in to acquire whatever you can acquire off me, so that you can begin to learn from the earth and the universe. And then you can be as I am and have what I call universal knowledge. And then you will know what to do upon your death in any life you were sent to. And this is truth. It's your main man Solace. Hope somebody grasps something.